Every once in a while, the frozen world that is Antarctica reveals a clue that sends scientists in circles trying to get their heads around it. A look at some of the continent's recent discoveries and you'll become convinced that it's the closest thing we have to an alien world. From frozen dinosaurs to new species, here are 6 incredible recent discoveries in Antarctica. Number 6. A 250 million year old reptile fossil. Antarctica managed to do the impossible and uncover not just a new, or should we say extremely old dinosaur species, but a creature that belongs to the lineage that predates all the dinosaurs, pterosaurs, and crocodilians we know today. See, once upon a time, Antarctica was home to all kinds of beasts and dinosaurs. It was also a lot warmer. It wasn't the frozen wasteland people view it as today. Instead, it was brimming with lush plant life, rivers, and conifer forests that were inhabited by animals. And roaming that lush, warm place long before dinosaurs arrived was a reptile called Antarctinax shackletoni. Iguana-like in appearance, it's officially called an archosaur. The creature could probably grow to 4 or 5 feet long. It would have roamed the lush Antarctic forest floor some 250 million years ago. Now, its body was discovered during a dig in Antarctica's interior. Then, the Great Dying happened, the event that occurred about 252 million years ago that wiped out 90% of all living creatures. The discovery of the Antarctinax shackletoni is a window that looks onto the mysterious early days of the Triassic period. It's also a dramatic progress towards understanding archosaur evolution. Number 5. Speck of dust older than the sun. Sounding like something straight out of a science fiction movie, in April 2019, a speck of dust older than the sun was discovered in Antarctica. Antarctica is already known for being more or less a hub for meteorite hunters. When space rocks come hurtling from the sky, they land and make their home in glaciers where they become concentrated. In April, researchers found a one-of-a-kind discovery. A chondritic meteorite turned out to be more significant than the others. A tiny grain just 1/25,000th of an inch big turned out to be a speck of dust from a giant star explosion. Called a nova, this speck of dust predates the sun. If that doesn't already make this an incredible discovery, wait until you hear about this. The nova holds the answer to what the early solar system was like. The speck of stardust was named LAP 149. It's estimated that it belongs to a nova explosion that happened billions of years ago. And not just that, but it had to survive a fascinating journey that sent it hurtling through interstellar space. It's beyond rare to find something like this, raw material that later went to forming suns and planets so perfectly intact. One of the scientists on the case stated that, as actual dust from stars, such pre-solar grains give us insight into the building blocks from which our solar system formed. You would think that after an amazing discovery like that, no other finding can compare, but wait until you hear about the next ones. Number 4. A lava lake. 30 years of research and painstakingly careful and slow observation led to the science community making headlines in July 2019. Prior to this discovery, there were only 7 known lava lakes in the world. Well, now there are 8, and this recent one will blow your mind. The world is already filled with volcanoes, but actual lava lakes are extremely rare. A group of ambitious scientists from University College London and the British Antarctic Survey studied satellite images between 2003 and 2018 of Saunders Island in the South Sandwich Islands. Saunders Island is around 1,000 miles north of the eastern edge of Antarctica's Weddell Sea. They found that Mount Michael, a 3,250-foot-high stratovolcano at the island's volcano summit, was hiding something. Usually, it's heavily cloaked from view by heavy clouds, but it was discovered that it held an entire lava lake within its crater, and not a small one either. It's between 300 and 700 feet in diameter. Now, unlike most lava exposed on the Earth's surface, Mount Michael's Lake remains unbelievingly molten. Its temperatures run boiling hot, reaching between 1,812 and 2,334 degrees Fahrenheit. Number 3. Upside-down rivers. Proving that Antarctica is more like an alien land than it is something that belongs on Earth, in 2016 and 2019, studies came out that not only did Antarctica have amazing upside-down rivers, but that they are cracking. How they form is beyond anything the world has ever seen before. It's all thanks to ice shelves. A study published in October 2019 presented these findings. Massive under-ice rivers filled with warm water fill those ice shelves. The ice shelves are a part of the ice sheets that protrude over the ocean. They're located all around the edges of Antarctica and Greenland, and their job is to guide the tide of enormous melting glaciers by growing them over in the ocean. Antarctica alone has over 600,000 square miles of ice shelves. On a yearly basis, these areas crack and melt, and melting them are warm ocean currents not unlike regular rivers. If you thought this was chilling, which is what the UN called the phenomenon, then your jaw will drop at just how much ice melts per year. Melted ice spills at a shocking rate of around 155 billion tons year after year. You can see why this is so alarming. The 2019 October study of the Science Advances journal found that there's a pattern in these breaks and cracks. Some spots have certain cracks that appear year after year, sending chunks of ice shelves into the sea. The lead author of the study, Karen Alley, says Antarctica's upside-down rivers are being carved into the bottom of these ice shelves. Number 2. The world's heaviest Elasmosaurid. The excavation of an Elasmosaurid in Antarctica ended in 2017. It turned out to be more than just a giant beast. After scientists pulled out 1,760 pounds of fossilized bone, they discovered that they had the heaviest Elasmosaurid in the world on their hands. It's so disbelievingly large that it earned the nickname of the Antarctic Loch Ness Monster. The Antarctic Nessie is a plesiosaur of the genus Aristonectus. What makes this discovery even more significant is that it's a long time in the making and a long time coming. The long-necked Nessie was first spotted on Antarctica's Seymour Island all the way back in 1989, but it wasn't until a few years ago that scientists were able to finally examine the beast's full body. The reason why it took so long is because of just how insanely large the creature is. It took 3 return trips in 2005, 2012, and 2017 to crack into the rock that held it. The Antarctic Loch Ness Monster would have roamed and likely terrorized the waters tens of thousands of years before the Cretaceous-Paleogene extinction that took place 66 million years ago, when non-avian dinosaurs were all but wiped out. The prehistoric plesiosaur on our hands' size would have made it an apex predator, a behemoth in size. It was a colossal 36 feet long from snout to tail. That means it's as tall as a telephone pole. It also would have weighed around 15 tons, making it the heaviest ever recorded Elasmosaurid. Number 1. Extreme life. Underneath those ice shelves of the Antarctic we were just talking about, an exploratory survey published in the Frontiers in Marine Science journal in 2021 revealed that, against all odds, near-alien-like extreme life didn't just exist, but was thriving. 260 kilometers from the open ocean, scientists drilled through 900 meters of ice in the Filchner-Ronne ice shelf when they found a group of animals attached to a boulder on the seafloor. Marine biologist and lead author of the revolutionary study, Dr. Hugh Griffiths, described the animals as sponges. He also believes that he had uncovered several unknown species. This marks the first instance of a hard substrate community underneath an ice shelf. As history-changing as this discovery is, it's proposed more questions. How did these stationary get there? How did they survive this long? What have they been feeding on? And most eerily, how long have they been there? And these are all the incredibly recent discoveries in Antarctica that we have for you today. What did you think of these mind-blowing findings? Are you convinced that Antarctica is beyond being just a chilling frozen world? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button. And before you go, if you want to see more videos like this, subscribe to Weeklypedia and click that notification bell to be alerted whenever we upload a new video. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.